Okay, good afternoon. Now we'll study how to find Fourier transform, especially sine and cosine transform. In previous lecture, we have studied how to find the Fourier integrals, okay, and sine and cosine integrals. But now today we'll try to find out the Fourier transform, especially sine and cosine transform of any function. And the function, of course, must be integrable. Now this is the actually Fourier complex integrals, complex form of Fourier integrals. F of x equals to 1 by twice by minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus I ux du and minus infinity to plus infinity f of t e to the power I ut. Actually sine and cosine function transform to exponential form. Then it becomes complex integrals. And now we can prove this by using the property of integration. We know that this definite integral equals to 0 if f of x is odd function. You must know if odd function, the function will be and the definite integral's value will be 0. Now, so minus infinity to plus infinity sine ut minus x du equals to what will be 0. Okay, obviously we have 1 by twice pi minus infinity to plus infinity f of t dt and minus infinity plus infinity sine ut minus x du equals to 0 because this is odd function. For odd function, integral value will be what? 0. Now multiplying by I on both sides, we get this one. I divided by twice pi minus infinity to plus infinity f of t dt minus infinity to plus infinity sine ut minus x du dt. Now adding 5 and 9. Actually 5 in our previous equation of sine integral. Just adding these two integrals, we get our required complex form of the integrals. 1 by 2 s pi minus pi to minus infinity to plus infinity f of t dt minus infinity to plus infinity. This will be cos u t minus x plus I sine u t minus x. Okay, this is real part and this is the imaginary part. So this can be written as e to the power I u into t minus x. Okay, this is the complex form. Okay, complex form. This complex form can be written as Euler form. Remember it, exponential form e to the power I u t minus x, because cos x plus I sin x equals to what? E to the power ix formula you must know. So cos x plus I sin x can be written as e to the power ix. So this can be written as actually f of x equals to 1 by twice pi minus infinity plus infinity e to the power minus iux. Just x term will be e to the power iu will be multiplied with this t minus x. Then we get e to the power iux du and f of t e to the power iut. Now separating u integration part of the integration. So separating u parameter and t parameter, we get this. This is actually Fourier complex integrals, and this is very important theorem to find out the integral Fourier transform. Okay, Fourier transform of any. Now from this theorem of the Fourier complex form, this we get this one. Okay, f of x equals to what? 1 by twice pi minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power iux, u part of integration, and this is the t part of integration. Now this can be written as 1 by twice pi minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus isx, just replacing u by s. Okay, that means putting u equals to s here. E to the power isx ds, u will be transformed to what? S. And minus infinity to plus infinity f of t e to the power ist dt. So 1 by root over twice pi minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power isx ds 1 by root over twice pi. That means 1 by root over twice pi multiply 1 by root over twice pi what? Only twice pi. So just separating this multiple integrals into two parts. Okay, so 1 by root over twice pi minus infinity to plus t plus infinity f of t e to the power ist dt. Okay, this integrals. Now putting 1 by root over twice pi e to the power minus infinity to plus infinity f of t e to the power ist dt. That means this equals to f of s. This equals to f of s in equation 1, in this equation. then we get f of x equals to what will be f of x equal to this into f of s. Okay, 1 by root over twice pi minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power isx f of s. This is the f of s. Okay, because we replaced it by f of s ds. Now this is this equation 2, this equation f of s equals to this one is called Fourier transform of f of x. Now this is our desired definition of Fourier transform. What will be the Fourier transform? F of s equals to 1 by root over twice pi minus infinity to plus infinity f of t e to the power ist dt is called the Fourier transform of f of x. Remember it. That means equation 2 is the Fourier transform of f of x. And equation 3 is f of x is called the inverse Fourier transform of f of s. Remember it. Inverse Fourier transform of f of s, and this is the Fourier transform of f of x. Remember it. So we have got two formulas for one is Fourier transform of f of x and other is inverse Fourier transform of f of s. So actually, what is Fourier transform? Fourier transform, you must know, named after Joseph Fourier, is a mathematical transformation employed to transform signals between time or a spatial domain and frequency domain. Okay, and it is also tool that breaks a waveform, a functional or signal, into an alternate representation characterized by sine and cosine. That means periodic function. And it shows that any waveform can be rewritten as the weighted sum of sinusoidal functions. And this is the actually geometrical interpretation of frequency domain. And this is the actually frequency Fourier spectrum for discrete and continuous. And it is also used in actually image processing. The given an image and its Fourier transform A, and then the forward transform goes from the spatial domain, either continuous or discrete, to the frequency domain, which is always continuous. We have to remember that it is also we have to use it for continuous. And forward will be Fourier transform of A like this, and inverse can be written as like this. So the Fourier transform can be viewed as an extension of the Fourier series to non-periodic function. Remember it. We must discussed in our previous lecture what is Fourier series and what is Fourier transform and what is the basic difference between this Fourier series and Fourier transform. So Fourier transform actually we have to apply to non-periodic functions. Okay, the Fourier transform of a function f of x is defined as like this. Okay, we have also derived this. And this f of x can again be founded by the inverse Fourier. Okay, this is the inverse formula for what? Inverse Fourier transform. So f of x Fourier transform can be written as like this, and this inverse Fourier transform will be f of x. That means one domain will be this will be image, and if this is domain, then this will be the image. There are different properties in Fourier transform. Properties of Fourier transform: linearity property, scaling, shifting, differentiation property, and convolution property. We have to remember these 5 properties. One is linearity, other is a scaling, then shifting and differentiation property, and convolution property. And this is the application of Fourier transform in a waveform. We have to apply this Fourier transform. Fraunhofer diffraction. This is one important application of Fourier transform. So this is the main formula for Fourier transform. F of s equals to this 1 by root over twice pi minus infinity to plus infinity f of t e to the power ist dt. This is the Fourier transform of f of x. And this is the inverse Fourier transform of f of s. Now Fourier sine and cosine transform. What will be the Fourier sine transform and Fourier cosine transform? From the equation 7, that means Fourier sine integral. Okay, Fourier sine integral, we must know in our previous lecture. We have derived this. The f of x equals to what was? 2 by pi 0 to infinity sine sx ds 0 to infinity f of t sine st dt. This is the Fourier sine transform. Fourier sine integral, sorry, Fourier sine integral. And this can be written as, this integral can be written as root over twice by pi. Then this limit will be 0 to infinity sine sx and f of t sine st dt. Just arranging. Okay, this is the t term and this is the s term. Differentiating parameter s and t, where s equals to u. We have used here u equals to what? S. Then this whole term can be written as root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity sine sx ds. F of s. This is the f of s. Remember it. So f of s equals to, this is the Fourier sine transform of f of x equals to 1 by root over twice pi by pi 0 to infinity f of t sine st dt. Okay, sine st dt. This is the Fourier sine transform of f of x formula. And this is the Fourier sine, inverse Fourier sine transform of f of x. Okay. So equation 1, this equation 1 is called the Fourier sine transform of f of x, and equation 2 is called the inverse Fourier sine transform. You have to remember this. There is a basic difference between these two. We have to, e to the power ist can be written as sine cos st plus I sine st. Just we have taken imaginary part. Okay. Then we get sine transform, and this is the inverse Fourier sine transform. Similarly, we can find Fourier cosine transform from the cosine integrals of the previous lecture. We have proved the Fourier cosine integrals. This is the Fourier cosine integrals. And we have used these integrals for solving different examples. Now this also just arranging, we get f of s. F of s equals to what was actually? F of s equals to this one. Within third bracket, this is f of s. And f of s equals to, this is the Fourier cosine transform of f of x. See, this c suffix used for to represent the cosine. Fourier cosine transform of f of x equals to root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity f of t cos st dt. This is equation number 3. And the inverse will be what? Similarly for previous as previous, f of x equals to 1 by root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity cos sx f of s. So equation 3 represent the Fourier cosine transform of f of x, and equation 4 is the inverse Fourier cosine transform of f of s. Now different examples based on Fourier transform. Just there are two types of transform. One is sine, another is cosine. So now first of all, you have to find out the Fourier transform. Example 7, find the Fourier transform of f of x equals to 1 for absolute value of x is less than a, and f of x will be 0 for absolute value of x will be greater than a. Now the Fourier transform of a function f of x is given by this. You must know Fourier. This is the Fourier transform of f of x formula. We have to use e to the power isx. Okay, this is the complex form of the function, because e to the power isx can be written as cos sx plus I sine sx. So this is, and sine and cosine are combined here. So this is the Fourier transform formula. This is the equation number 1. Now substituting the value of f of x in equation 1. Value of f of x equals to so Fourier transform of f of x equals to 1 by root over twice pi. Integral limit will be what? For the first function, x equals to minus a to plus a. Integral limit will be for the first one minus a to plus a. F of x what? F of x equals to 1. And e to the power isx dx. But for other value of x, what will be 0? This is why we are not putting the values. Just f of x value what? 1. Now this equals to e to the power isx divided by is. Just upper limit a and lower limit minus a. This is the value of what? This is the value of x. Remember it. E to the power x formula, e to the power x dividing with the coefficient of x. Dividing with the coefficient of x. Coefficient of x what? Is. S is the parameter, remember it. This equals to 1 by root over 2 by 1 by is. Putting upper limit in place of x. E to the power is minus lower, putting lower limit. E to the power minus is. So we get from this 1 by root over 2 by 2 by s. 2 by s e to the power is minus 2 e to the power minus is divided by 2 I. These two and these two will be cancelled. But to make a formula, this is the formula of what? Sin s. Okay. Exponential form of trigonometric function. In complex number, we have studied about this. Sin x equals to what? E to the power ix minus e to the power ix minus e to the power ix minus e to the power minus ix divided by 2 I. This is the formula of sin x. So we get this result. This is actually Fourier transform of this. Now, the Fourier example 8, find the Fourier transform of f of x equals to 1 minus x square if absolute value of x less equal to 1 and f of x will be 0 if absolute value of x is greater than 1, that means positive. Then use it to evaluate this. We have to find out this integral, improper integral, undefined integral. So this is the given function f of x equals to this. Now the Fourier transform of f of x is given by this. You must know this is the Fourier transform of f of x. Okay, formula. Now substituting these values in f of x in equation 1. In this equation, as usual, from a previous example, Fourier transform of f of x will be 1 by root over 2 by integral limit will be what? Minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, minus 1 to plus 1. F of x equals to what? 1 minus x square e to the power isx. E to the power isx dx. Now just integrating this product function with respect to x. Now you must know the formula is this: u into integration of b minus u differentiation b second differentiation integration plus u double differentiation. You must know this chain formula from Fourier series. We have solved many problems using this. Now we are using also this formula. Fourier transform of f of x equals to 1 by root over 2 by this integration. First function is u and second function is b. Okay, so u into integration of b, integration of e to the power isx, what will be? E to the power isx divided by is, dividing with the coefficient of x, minus differentiation of 1 minus x square. Differentiation of 1 minus x square what? Minus 2x. Okay, again this integration, what will be? E to the power isx integration e to the power isx dividing with the coefficient of is, so double is here, dividing with is whole square. Again differentiation of minus 2x, what will be? Minus 2. Differentiation of minus 2x minus 2. So again integration of this e to the power isx, and this will be what? Is whole cube, just using this chain formula. Okay, now putting minus 2 differentiation will be 0. This is why we are not working now. We have finished our working of integration. So upper limit will be 1 and lower limit will be what? Minus 1. Now putting x equals to 1 in this whole function. X equals to 1 will be, this will be 0. 1 minus 1 whole square means what? 0. So this will be only minus 2 into this. Okay, and putting 1, we get this one. Again minus 1, putting lower limit, this will be 0 because 1 minus minus 1 whole square means what? 1 minus 1, that means 0. So this will be 0, and putting minus 1 here, we get this, and putting minus 1, we get this one. Now just arranging the term of exponential function of s, e to the power is, e to the power minus is, and you get this. So this one can be written as 2 cos s, because e to the power is plus e to the power minus is divided by 2 equal to what? Cos s. And this is also 2i sin s. Okay, this is the trigonometric form of a complex number. Now this this term can be written as 1 by root over twice by 4 divided by s cube. S cube is the s square and is cube will be LCM. So we get this one. This is actually result of f of s. Remember, Fourier transform of f of x. Now inversion formula for Fourier transform. This is the Fourier inverse transform of Fourier series formula. Now putting the value of f of s in equation 2. F of s we have found the values, this one. Just putting this value of f of s in the formula of what? Inverse Fourier transform. Second formula of Fourier transform. That means inverse Fourier transform. We get the form here. Now 1 by root over twice pi. 1 by root over twice pi, what will be? Only 1 by twice pi, then 4 will be 2 by pi minus infinity plus infinity 1 by s cube sin s minus s cos s, and this can be written as e to the power minus isx can be written as what? As a complex form, cos sx minus I sin sx. Okay, this exponential form can be written as trigonometric form of a complex number. So there are two terms actually. 2 by pi minus infinity plus infinity 1 by s cube and sin s, just multiplying this, sin s multiply with this and s cos s multiply with this, we get 4 term. Okay, how many term here? 4 term, because sin s multiply this will make 2 term, and minus s cos s multiplied with this 2 we will get another 2 term. So remember this 4 by pi 0 to infinity, because minus infinity to plus infinity makes what? 0 to infinity after multiplying by 2 by using the properties of definite integral. So 1 by s sin s cos sx dx. Now this will be actually what? Odd function. This is why this become 0. Okay, and this will be non-zero, but this will be what? 0, because first term and third term functions are even functions, and second and fourth functions are odd functions. Remember it. Second and fourth functions are odd function. You must know for odd function the integral values will be what? 0. So 4 by pi 0 to infinity 1 by s cube, this and this taking common. Okay, cos sx will be common from these 2 terms. From this 2 integration, cos sx will be common. Now putting x equals to half here, x equals to half, x equals to half, then f of half what will be? This will be the f of x. Okay, just putting x equals to half here, we get 4 by 5 0 to infinity s cos s s sin s by s cube cos s into half, what will be? Cos s by 2 ds. Now f of half equals to what? From our given function, f of x what was? F of x equal to 1 minus x square. Okay, so f of half what will be? 1 minus half whole square. 1 minus half whole square value what? 3 by 4. Okay, so f of half equals to actually 3 by 4. This equals to just putting taking s cos s in first term, so there will be a minus after taking common. So we can write this integration like this. So this multiplying by 5 by 4 on both sides, but just to remove this 4 by pi and minus also, so we get minus 3 pi by 16 equals to this integration. So actually this is the actually required integration for us, because in our question we have to find out this. Okay, actually a little big for you. I hope if you do practice and use the basic concepts, you can find these integrals. এখন আরেকটা example, find the Fourier transform of e to the power minus ax square where a is positive. We have to find out the Fourier transform of e to the power minus ax square. Now we must know the formula of Fourier transform of x. What will be? Fourier transform of x is 1 by root over twice pi minus infinity to plus infinity f of x e to the power isx dx. This is the formula for finding Fourier transform of f of x. Now putting the value of f of x in equation 1. just putting the value of f of x. We have put the value e to the power minus x square. But integral limit will be what? Minus infinity plus infinity. Just this is the f of x given. Now replacing f of x by using this. Okay, we get this one. Now e to the power this same base. This is why we can write e to the power minus x square a divided by s square by 4a plus isx plus s square by 4a. S square by 4a, s square by 4a extra. Okay, I have written here just to make a formula like this: e to the power minus x root a minus is by 2 root a whole square, to make a formula minus b whole square formula. Okay. Now, if we make it a formula, just x square, x root a is a, and is by 2 root a is b. So a minus b whole square formula. To make a minus b whole square formula, then another part will be this is the extra. S e to the power s square by 4a dx. Now there are two parts of e functions, exponential function. Now putting x root a minus is by 2 root a equals to y. Dx what will be? Just taking differentiation of both sides. Dx equals to dy by root a, because these are constant. Constant in differentiation what? 0. This whole differentiation what will be? 0. So dx what will be? Root a by x root a dx dx equals to dy by root a. Now we get from here e to the power minus s square by 4a root over twice by e to the power minus infinity plus infinity e to the power y square dy by root a. You must know e to the power y square means this is the improper integral, and this equals to root over pi. Okay, if you want to see the proof of this, just you have to see the chapter definite integral chapter. From definite integral chapter you must know this, or you can visit my group in definite integral or improper integral. If you go to the topics improper integral or definite integral, then you can thus get the solution of this. So you have to remember minus infinity plus infinity e to the power minus y square dy equals to what will be? Root over pi. So this is just using this formula, root over pi, and this is the constant root a. And after simplifying, we get this one, e to the power minus s square by 4a root over twice a. This is the result. A little bit tricky. We have to use a tricks here. Remember it. We have to make a formula. We have to take a equals to what? X root a whole square. We have to write this in a square form. That means x root a whole square. Then x root a whole square, and b will be what? Is minus 1 equals to what? Minus 1 equals to what? I square. This is why is by 2 root a whole square. Is by 2 root a will be b. So a minus b whole square is. Now find the Fourier transform of the function f of x equals to 1 by 2 twice epsilon, where absolute value of x is less equal to epsilon. F of x equals to 0, where x greater than epsilon. Now we have, this is the given function f of x. Now the Fourier, we have to find out the Fourier transform of this function. So the Fourier transform of the function f of x is given by f of s equals to this. This is the formula for finding Fourier transform of f of x. Now substituting the given values of the f of x in equation 1. This is the equation number 1. Now we have to substitute this value. Integral limit will be what? Minus infinity minus epsilon to plus epsilon, and f of x what? 1 by twice epsilon e to the power isx dx. So integration will be with respect to x. You must know e to the power isx can be written as a complex trigonometric form. That means cos sx plus I sin sx. Okay, this is the relation between exponential form and of a complex number. So 1 by root over twice pi, and this is the twice epsilon. This is the constant, and this will be 2 part, cos s dx and sin sx dx. So you must know first function is even function. Cos function is what? Even function, because cos minus theta equals to cos theta. That means cos can absorb negative sign. This is why cos function is even function, and second function is what? Odd function, because sin minus theta equals to minus sin theta. Odd function. So because this is the second one is odd function, this is why the integral value will be what? 0, because for odd function integral value is 0, we know already. Now 1 by twice root pi, 2 divided by 2 will be cancelled, 1 by epsilon. So cos integration what? Integration of cos sine, dividing with the coefficient of x. Coefficient of x what? S. So we get this one. Now upper limit is epsilon and lower limit is 0, because minus infinity to plus infinity can be written as 0 to infinity, just multiplying by 2, because this is the symmetric area. Now this equals to this 1 by root over twice pi 1 by epsilon, putting upper limit sine as epsilon and sine 0. So we get only this result. Very easy and easy integration also. Similarly, you can find out the Fourier transform of this using similar process, Fourier using same formula and putting the values of f of t, but a little bit different, because f of t equals to t when t absolute value is less than a, but f of t will be 0 what? For absolute value t is greater than a. Same maths. Okay, substituting this value of f of t in equation 1, we get f of t equals to what? T. Just f of t equals to t, and integral limit will be 1 minus a to plus a. Now this is you have to use the integral formula for product of two functions. That means t into e to the power ist can be written as cos st plus I sin st, using the trigonometric form of a complex number, breaking the exponential form. So 1 by root over twice pi, you must know, first is odd function and second one is what? Even function. So odd function integration will be what? 0, and sin st will be it sin st, t multiplied. So integration will be what? Sin formula what? Minus cos. Sin integration minus there will be ub formula, because t into t is another function, t u into integration of b, integration of sine this, minus differentiation of u, that means differentiation of t what? 1, and again integration of this minus cos. So minus integration of what will be this, there is a okay, integration of minus cos st ds. Now twice I by root over twice pi, after putting limits we get this one, cos 0 equal to 1 and cos t, putting the value of t, putting the a equals to t. Okay, we get this one. Now the integration of cos what? Minus sign, minus what will be? Plus. So integration of cos will be sine and dividing with the coefficient of t, which now putting the limit, upper limit a and lower limit 0 within third bracket. Just putting the upper limit in t equals to a, we get this one, and t equals to 0 will be sin 0. Sin 0 equal to what will be? Whole 0. So we get only these two terms for this. Now 1 by s square common, sin sa minus as cos as. This is the actually result of the given function of the Fourier transform. Okay, now we are in how to find Fourier transform. That means Fourier sine transform and Fourier cosine transform. We have to use actually 4 formulas for Fourier sine transform and Fourier inverse transform and Fourier cosine transform and Fourier inverse Fourier cosine transform. So now another example, 14 example. Find the Fourier sine transform of 1 by x. We have to find out the Fourier sine transform of 1 by x. Let us consider f of x equals to 1 by x. then Fourier sine transform of this f of x equals to, this is comes from formula 1, okay, 1 root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity f of x sine sx dx, okay. And just by using number 1 formula, putting the value of f of x in 1, we get, just putting f, 1 by x in replace of f of x. Fourier sine transform of 1 by x equals to root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity sine sx divided by x dx, okay. Actually 0 to infinity sine sx by x dx, this is the main integration. This is the improper integration because the upper limit is undefined. So root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity, just substituting sx equals to what? Theta. So that s dx equals to d theta. Just substituting this 0 to infinity, limit will be unchanged. 0 to infinity sine theta by s and d theta by s. So this s and this s will be cancelled. Okay. So root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity sine theta by theta d theta. Actually, this useful result comes from page 1087. This is the actually page. This is the improper integral and this is the standard form of improper integral. So this equals to what? Pi by 2. This equals to what? Pi by 2. We already known about this. This is why the Fourier sine transform of 1 by x equals to root over 2 by pi. This is the result. Okay. 1087 page. Actually, this is the standard integral. Okay, 0 to infinity sine x by x dx equals to what? Pi by 2. This is the standard integral we have used in this example. Now, another example, find the Fourier sine transform of e to the power minus x. Okay. Another example, 15. Now let us consider f of x equals to e to the power minus x. Then the Fourier sine transform of f of x equals to, but just using number 1 formula, 2 by pi root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity f of x sine sx dx. Same formula. On putting the value of f of x in equation 1, this is equation 1. So replacing f of x with these values, e to the power minus x root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity e to the power minus x sine sx dx. Now on integrating by parts, that means using this formula of integration, integration of e to the power x sine bx dx equals to e to the power x divided by s square plus b square into a sine bx minus b cos bx. This is the formula for this product integration. Okay, UB process. By using UB process, we can prove this. That means integration by parts. So just replacing a minus a and b means what? S. Just using this formula, we get e to the power minus x s square plus divided by s square plus s square, third bracket, minus s sine sx minus s cos bx. That means a equals to minus a and b equals to what? S. Then putting here, we get this one. Now upper limit will be infinity and lower limit will be 0. So root over 2 by pi, just putting upper limit e to the power minus infinity. Okay, e to the power minus infinity means what? We have already known. E to the power minus infinity means 1 by e to the power infinity. 1 by e to the power infinity means what? 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity what? 0. This is why 0 divided by something will be always 0 minus s square plus s square. Now putting 0, sine 0 what? 0. This is why cos 0 equals to 1. This is why only s minus s. This minus s. So minus minus plus. So s divided by s square plus s square. So this is the result of Fourier sine transform of e to the power minus x. Okay. Now cosine, how to find cosine transform? Fourier cosine transform. Find the Fourier cosine transform of f of x equals to e to the power minus x. Same example, like this. Same example, just using equation, using formula. Cosine transform means what? Actually, we are using formula 3, formula number 3. The Fourier's cosine transform is from the formula number 3. We got Fourier cosine transform of f of x equals to root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity f of x cos sx dx. Just here in this two formula, difference will be what? Only sin sx and cos sx. Sin sx will represent sin transform, and cos sx will represent cosine transform. Same formula we are using. So the cosine transform of e to the power minus x will be 1 by root over 2 divided by pi, root over 2 divided by pi 0 to infinity. F of x means what? E to the power minus x, and cos sx dx. Using this integration by parts, just e to the power x cos bx formula what? E to the power x divided by a square plus b square bracket a cos bx plus b sin bx. This is the formula of this integration. Just using this rules, integration by parts, we get easily substitute a equals to minus a here and s equals to b. Okay, just we have put here. Now upper limit will be infinity and lower limit will be 0. So putting upper limit, we get 0. E to the power minus infinity means what? 1 by 2, 1 by e to the power infinity. 1 by e to the power infinity what? 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity means 0. So 0 divided by something what? Only 0. Similarly, and this whole will be 0. So putting lower limit here, e to the power minus 0 means only 1. This is why cos 0 equals to 1 and sin 0 will be 0. So only a cos coefficient will be exist. So this equals to what? Root over 2 by pi a divided by a square plus s square. Okay, now another example. Find the Fourier cosine transform of this. 5 into e to the power minus twice x plus 2 into e to the power minus 5x. That means here a equals to 2 and here a equals to 5 as the previous examples. Now Fourier cosine transform of f of x is given by just using the same formula. Now formula number 3. Fourier cosine transform of f of x equals to this. This comes from formula. Now putting the value of f of x in equation 1, we get this integration. Now 5 into e to the power minus twice x cos sx plus 2 into e to the power minus 5x cos sx dx. Just adding this integral sign and multiplying with what? Cos sx. So we get two parts. First part is this and second part is this. Now using the same formula you have written e to the power minus e to the power x cos bx dx formula. Okay. Now e to the power x cos bx dx. Okay. Second formula of integration. Which integration? This is the second formula. Okay. E to the power x cos bx dx equals to e to the power x divided by a square plus b square a cos bx plus b sin bx. Using this integration, we get this. Okay. Now putting upper limit and lower limit, we get this as before example. Similarly, putting upper limit and lower limit, we get this one. So just e to the power minus infinity means 1 by e to the power infinity, e to the power 1 by e to the power infinity means 1 by infinity, 1 by infinity means 0. So upper limit will give 0. So putting 0, e to the power 0 means 1 and 1 divided by this. Okay. So cos 0 means what? 1. This is why only minus 2 will be exist. Similarly, from this part, we get this one. Now adding these two part, we get this one, and this is the actually obtained result of the Fourier cosine transform of this. Okay, very easy example. Now obtain Fourier cosine transform for this discrete function f of x equals to, there are three given values of f of x. One is x for 0 less than x less than 1, and f of x equals to 2 minus x for 1 less than x less than 2, then f of x equals to 0 when x is greater than 2. So there are three function values. Okay, now we have to find out the Fourier cosine transform of this. Now just using this formula, Fourier cosine transform of f of x is this comes from formula number 3. Now putting the values of f of x in equation number 1, Fourier cosine transform of f of x, what will be? Root over 2 by pi. First of all, first limit what? 0 to 1, and f of x values will be x. So 0 to 1, f of x values x cos x. Second integration, what will be? Integral limit will be 1 to 2, and f of x values what will be? 2 minus x. Okay, f of x cos x dx 1 by 2. And third values of function will be 0, f of x equals to 0, and integral limit will be 2 to infinity because x greater than 2. That means what? 2 to infinity, 0 to cos x dx. That means this whole integration 0 to infinity, 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and 2 to infinity. That means 0 to infinity integration divided into three parts. Okay, one part is 0 to 1, second part is 1 to 2, and third part is 2 to infinity according to the given functional values. Okay, so these three integration definite integrals, of course, and just using integration by parts, x into cos integration, what will be? Sine. Cos integration, what? Sine dividing with the coefficient of x. Okay, minus cos differentiation, what? 1, and sine integration, what? Cos, minus cos, and dividing with the coefficient of s, we get in denominator s square. Okay, so and this is the limit of integration. Similarly, using UV process, u into integration of b, that means integration of cos will be sine and dividing with the coefficient of x, minus differentiation of u, that means differentiation of 2 minus x will be minus 1. Okay, differentiation of 2 minus x, what will be? Minus 1, and integration of again, okay, sine s, that means minus cos, dividing with the coefficient of x, that means s will be s square, and integral limit will be 1 to 2 for this. And third integration will be vanished because 0 into, okay, so plus 0. Now putting upper limit here, we get this, and putting lower limit 0, we get this whole 0, and this is the 1 by s square, cos 0 equals to 1. This is why 1 by s square. Similarly, putting x equals to 2 here, 2 minus 2 will be give 0. This will be 0. So cos twice s by s square will be exist for upper limit, minus now putting lower limit, 2 minus 1 will be 1. So this 1 into this, minus, then cos 1 cos x cos s divided by s square, and limits values will be values of x. We have to put the limit values in the place of x. Now just take separating, we get this one, and adding all the values, sin s by s, and this sin s by s will be cancelled. Okay, sin s by s will be cancelled, so we get only this cos twice s by s square, and this cos s by s square, and this cos s by s square. So what will be? Minus plus, so 2 cos s by s square, and minus 1 by s square, and this values, this sin s by s will be cancelled. So we get only 3 term. So root over 2 by pi, just taking LCM s square, we get this one. Now 2 cos s minus 1 minus 2 cos square s plus 1 divided by s square. So we get only these values. Very easy example. Just we have to separate this whole integration 0 to infinity into 3 parts according to the given functions. We find the Fourier cosine transform of 1 divided by 1 plus x square, and hence find the Fourier sine transform of this also. Not equal function 1 by 1 plus x square, and this is x divided by 1 plus x square. Now first, for the first part, we are given f of x equals to 1 by 1 plus x square. So Fourier cosine transform, by using the formula, we get formula number 3, root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity f of x cos s x dx. Okay, so putting the value of f of x in 1, f of x value what? 1 divided by 1 plus x square. We have to find out cosine transform of this function. Okay, 1 by 1 plus x square. So f of x equals to, we can write f of x equals to 1 by 1 plus x square cos sx dx. Say this is I. This means this integration we are taking as I. Then this is equation number 2. Now differentiating with respect to s, we have to differentiate this I equals to this one integration. That means we have to differentiate this integration with respect to s. Remember it. So di by ds equals to integration of I, what will differentiation of what I equal to what will be di by ds with respect to s. S is the independent variable here and I is the dependent variable. This is why we are differentiating with respect to s. Differentiating I with respect to s. This equals to root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity 1 by 1 plus x square. That means this is the only s function. So dds will be cos sx dx. All will be termed as a constant. Treat as a constant because we are differentiating with respect to s. So di ds equals to root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity. This function will be exist. Now cos formula what? Cos differentiation what? Sine. Cos differentiation will be what? Sine. But we have to multiply with the coefficient of x because in differentiation we have to multiply with the coefficient of x. S. Coefficient of s what? X. Okay. So we get after differentiation of cos sx will be with respect to s, what will be minus x sine sx divided by 1 plus x square dx. Now minus, this minus will be come before integration root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity multiplying x in both numerator and denominator, we get this one. So minus root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity. This x square can be written as 1 plus x square minus 1 into sine sx divided by this one. We are taking this one to perform the integration. Okay. So now minus root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity. This divided by this one minus 1 into this divided by this one. Just there are two parts. One integration makes two parts. Okay, 0 to infinity 1 plus x square into sine sx divided by this make first part, and minus 1 into sine sx divided by this will make second part of the integration. So one integration divided into two parts. Now makes two parts. Minus root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity. We must know this formula. 0 to infinity sine sx dx, sine sx by x dx, what will be? Pi by 2. We must know about this integration. So just using this integration, we can write minus root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity 1 plus x square, 1 plus x square what? Cancelled. Okay. So we get only sine sx divided by x plus root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity sine sx divided by x into x plus x square. So this means what? Actually pi by 2. Okay. Using this formula of integration, we get pi by 2. So this first part of the integration will be 0 to infinity sine sx x divided by 1 plus x square. This is the equation number 3. Remember it. This is the integration differentiation of I with respect to s. Okay. Now again differentiating this one with respect to what? S. So double second derivatives of I with respect to s will be d square I by ds square equals constant. There is no function of s. This is why this become constant. This is why differentiation of this with respect to s will be 0 and plus root over 2 by 0 to infinity differentiation ds sine sx divided by this one. So d square I ds square equals to root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity sine differentiation cos. Okay, but we have to multiply with the coefficient of s. Coefficient of s what? X. Here independent variable is s. Remember it, not x. So x into cos sx after differentiation of this we get. So x into 1 plus x square dx. This equals to root over twice 2 divided by pi 0 to infinity, x cancelled, cos sx divided by 1 plus x square. So from equation 2, what we got actually from equation 2, this is the equation number 2. This was I. Okay, root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity 1 by 1 plus x square cos sx dx. What was I? Just using this I, this is the I also. So we get only d square I by ds square minus I equals to 0. Okay, from equation number 2, this is the I. This is why. And ds means what? Capital D. That means this is the differential equation of second order. Remember it. This is the differential equation of second order. So d square I by minus 1, and you can write this differential equation like this. Now here auxiliary equation, we have to use constant coefficient method here. Constant coefficient method, we already know. So auxiliary equation will be what? If y equals to e to the power mx be the trial solution for this. Okay, so auxiliary equation will be what? M square minus 1. So roots will be what? M equals to plus minus 1. So the complementary function what will be? C1 into e to the power 1 into s plus C2 into e to the power minus 1 into s. Because s is the independent variable, remember here. S is the independent variable because differentiation is with respect to s. This is why complementary function will be this, but particular integral what will be? 0. Because right hand side is what? 0. This is why there is no particular integral. So the solution will be I equals to what will be? C1 e to the power s plus C2 e to the power minus s. So differentiation what will be? Differentiation of this equation number 4, di by ds what will be? C1 e to the power s minus C2 e to the power minus s. Now putting s equals to 0 in equation 2, that means in I equals to root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity 1 by 1 plus x square cos sx was. In equation 2, just putting s equals to what? 0. If we put s equals to 0 here, cos 0 equal to what? 1. So we get only these values. After putting s equals to 0. Now putting s equals to 0 in equation 2, we get this one. This integration 0 to infinity 1 by 1 plus x square what? Tan inverse x. And limit will be what? 0 to infinity. So we get only tan infinity minus tan 0. Tan 0 means what? Tan inverse 0 means 0. So tan infinity in how many degrees? 90 degrees. This is why we get pi by 2. So we get only root over pi by 2. This is the equation number 6. After putting s equals to 0 in equation 2. Again putting s equals to 0 in equation 3. Equation 3, which one? This one. In first derivative of I with respect to s. We get sin 0 equals to what will be? 0. This becomes 0. We get only this one. So di by ds equals to this. After putting s equals to 0 in equation 3, we get what? Di by ds equals to minus root over pi by 2. Now putting s equals to 0 in equating 4 and 6, 5 and 7 we get. That means putting s equals to 0 here and in 4 and putting s equals to 0 in 5. Then equating, we get C1 plus C2 equals to root over pi by 2 and C1 minus C2 equals to minus root over. Just solving this for C1 and C2, we get C1 equals to 0 and C2 equals to root over pi by 2. Now putting the values of C1 and C2 in equation 4. This is our desired solution. Okay, I equals to C1 e to the power s, C2 e to the power minus s. Just putting C1, C2 values, we get I equals to this one. Okay, so I equals to what was actually this one, equation number 2. So root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity cos sx 1 by 1 plus x square dx equals to this one. This is the solution for I. Now differentiating with respect to s, we get same process, just differentiating with respect to s. We must know cos differentiation what? Sine, and multiplying with the coefficient of s. Coefficient of s what? X. And cos differentiation what? Minus sign. Remember it. Minus sign. So root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity x sin sx divided by 1 plus x square equals to minus will be cancelled. Minus will be what? Cancelled. So we get only this one. So 0 to infinity x sin sx divided by 1 plus x square dx equals to pi by 2, just dividing by root over twice by pi on both sides. We get this one. This is the actually required result. That means sine transform of x divided by 1 plus x square. This is the sine transform of what? Fourier sine transform of x divided by 1 plus x square. In our question, what was? This is the, we have to find out Fourier sine transform of x divided by 1 plus x square. X divided by 1 plus x square. This is our required sine transform of what? X divided by 1 plus x square equals to what? This is our required result. Fourier sine transform of x divided by 1 plus x square equals to pi by 2 e to the power minus, according to the formula number 1. Find the Fourier sine transform of e to the power minus absolute value of x. Okay. And hence evaluate this integral 0 to infinity x sine mx divided by 1 plus x square dx. Now in the interval 0 to infinity, because integral limits lies between 0 to infinity, so x always positive, because in this given function e to the power minus absolute value of x will be e to the power minus x, because x is always positive. So we have to take this e to the power minus absolute value of x equals to what? E to the power minus x for x greater than 0. That means for x positive. Now Fourier sine transform of e to the power minus x is given by, so Fourier sine transform of this function equals to root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity f of x sine sx dx. That means first formula from the formula. First formula. So this can be written as equals to root over 2 by pi, and this is e to the power minus x sine sx dx. That means what? Using integration formula, first integration formula, e to the power x sine bx dx. Okay, so e to the power x square plus b square a into sine bx minus b into cos bx. Okay, just using the first integration by parts formula. Formula what was actually? Same formula we are using. This formula, okay? E to the power x sine bx equals to what was? E to the power x divided by s square plus b square a sine bx minus b cos bx. This is the first integral formula. That means integration by parts formula. So using this one, using the same formula, we get this one. Now putting upper limit and lower limit, we get this as before examples. So root over 2 by pi s divided by 1 plus x square, and this is the Fourier sine transform of e to the power minus x. That means f of s. This is the equation number 1. Now we have to find out the inverse sine transform of f of s. That means e to the power minus x. Okay, using inverse formula for the sine transform, we get this one. E to the f of x equals to a small f of x equals to e to the power root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity f of s sine sx dx. That means this is the formula of what? Second formula. That means inverse sine sine transform, Fourier sine transform. So this equals to root over 2 by pi 0 to infinity. This f of s equals to what? This one. Okay, from equation number 1, we get this one, sine sx dx. Using equation number 1, we can write this. So replacing x by m here, we have to replace x by m, because in our given integral, the parameter is what? M. This is why we are replacing this. E to the power minus m equals to 2 by pi 0 to infinity s divided by 1 plus x square sine ms. This will be sine ms. So because sine mx is given in our given function, given integration. So replacing s by x, we get replacing s by x. So s equals to x, putting here, we get this one. Because in definite integral, the properties of definite integral a to b f of x ds can be written as a to b f of x dx, same, in the same interval ab. So this can be written as this equals to just dividing by 2 by pi on both sides, we get this one. This is actually required integration of the given these values. Okay, this value what? Pi by 2 e to the power minus n. Okay, thanks to everybody. Today we have actually discussed Fourier transform and how to find the Fourier sine transform and cosine transforms of any function. Thanks to everybody. Best of luck to everybody.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam.